What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today we are working on the Mighty Daily, doing some Cuzzy custom fixes over the back here. Got a little bit of rust and the drive belt, you guys can't see it, on the alternator which is in here is heavily cracked, so I'm going to show you guys how to change that too. Thought that you guys might find that helpful because it can be hard to change a drive belt, and I'm just going to show you guys how to tension it up properly. And yeah, front wheel drive motors or east-west motors like this are a little bit harder than rear wheel drive motors, but it's all the same basically, so we'll crack into that. Also this rust, I'm just going to point out quickly that I'm not actually going to try to fix it properly, like I'm not going to cut it out and all that kind of thing, I'm just trying to prevent it. I got a warning on my last WOF on this car, or the WOF that I just did for this car, for the rust on the back here and on the radiator support underneath. In New Zealand, for you guys that don't know, every 6 months we have a WOF inspection, which is Warriner Fitness, so they check over brakes, structural damage, suspension, tyres, wheel bearings, all that kind of thing, just to make sure that your car is safe to be driving on the road. If your car's over the year 2000, so like 2001, etc., that's every year. Below that it's every 6 months, so this car being 99 is every 6 months. So basically all I'm going to do is get my drill with a wire wheel on it. We're going to wire wheel down in here, along here, and there's a little spot there, and then we're going to spray some rust converter on it and just put a little bit of black on there. It'll look a bit shit, but once it gets dirty again, you know, driving it, it's just going to be prevented, and hopefully on the next WOF I won't get any warnings for it. So, you know, I want to keep this car dailyable for as long as possible, so that way I can have cheap gas and keep doing stuff to the S15. So first thing I need to do is just remove this alarm from out of the way. So it's just a Phillips up here, so we'll just pull that out and then we'll get their drill, which is here with our wire wheel on it, and wire wheel it down. So as you can see now, I've used my wire wheel on my drill to get rid of those two little bits of rust. So now we are going to spray some rust converter on it, just to stop that from rusting again. Then we're going to get our seam sealer and lay a little bead back across here. I'm just going to smooth it with our finger so it kind of looks OEM, and then yeah, just hit it with I'll see if I can find some primer sort of coloured paint, or yeah, something that looks a little bit closer to this rather than black, but if not we'll just use our satin black. So this is the stuff that I'm going to be using. So you basically spray this stuff on, and it goes white and foamy, and then as it dries it goes black. On the can it says converts rust to a touch black primer in 1 step. Yeah, I'm not sure if that actually works as a black primer, but I don't know, I'm just going to spray it over it anyway, because as I said, I'm just trying to hide the rust that was there, or prevent it, so next time we go for a WOF in 6 months we will pass and I get another 6 months of driving out of this thing. Covered up the intake and some of the piping and stuff like that. I mean, even though this is my daily, I still want to keep it kind of looking tidy, so don't want to hack it too much. You can see it there. So got my can, give it a bit of a shake. So there you can see, that's the white that I was talking about. Just going to wipe it off these other bits here. And then, yeah, basically as this dries and reacts with the rust, it goes black. So yeah, we'll let that go off. Then we'll put our seam sealer on, and then we'll do our paint. So while we wait for that to dry and cure off, I'm going to start doing the drive belt. So I'll just show you where that is. So you always need to take the belts off in order, obviously. So this car has 2 belts, you can see one down through there. I need to take this one off first to get to the one that I need to replace for the alternator in there. So in order to do that, looking down in here, if I can get a zoom on it. It's kind of blurry. Yeah, maybe this side. Yeah, a bit better. You'll see the long bolt down there where my finger's pointing. There's a nut on the other side right there, so you need to crack that off and then loosen this bolt, and then our front belt will come loose. What's up everyone? So been pissing around a wee bit. Got this belt off, as you can see down here. Down in there's the belt off. So while that's been going on, this over here has been drying, and like I was talking about, the stuff has gone black, so it's like a primer. So I'm just going to touch up now our seam sealer just on this one here, and then spray it. So sweet, no more waft worries hopefully. So I got a bit of sealer over there drying, it's grey. Then we got our belt down in here that we need to get off. So down beside that AC compressor, you can see that long bolt. It's long and black, it's 10mm, and then just on the front of that pulley there, just basically where the end of my torch is, you can see that there's a 14. So we need to get that one as well, so just loosen that one and then loosen that 10 down there by the compressor. You can see it there, that 10 there, and this belt should loosen off, and then we should be able to get it off and replace it with a new one down there. So I just got the belt out, and I'm just going to show you guys now why I'm replacing it. So if you can pick it up, if you can see in the belt there, all these cracks. So basically what happens is those belts obviously go round and round and round. They turn the alternator with it's connected to crank pulley that charges your battery. These also run your power steering in most cars and all that kind of thing. So you know, when they start to crack like this, they need to be replaced. If they do start to crack like this, normally what will happen is over time the belt will just eventually split. You guys could be driving down the motorway or whatever, and your belt breaks and you're gonna have no power steering, cause accidents, you know. So if your belt is looking like this, you guys need to replace it. So yeah, another good thing to check when you're looking at your car, I don't know, doing oil changes or whatever. Also check your belt, because you know, you don't want these to break. So I've got the belt on now, and I'm just going to show you guys what I've been taught as correct tension for the belt, because you can actually over tighten these, and also you don't want them to be too loose because they squeak or they don't actually pull the pulley around. So we jump under here and we look at this belt. So these should be quite firm, as you can see here, and basically you should only be able to turn the belt about that much around. Again, you can see that there's no real slack here, so basically once you get to about that, the belt feels firm. You can pretty much say that your belt is at the right tension, and basically you're just listening for a squeal or whatever when you start it up, and if it does squeal when you got this much, I'd just crank a little bit more on. But yeah, again, you don't want these to be over tight because they will snap if they're over tight. So yeah, this is what I've learned to be about right. So I've just got both the belts back on, so we're going to start the car up now, and fingers crossed, no squealing. Jump in the beast. Look at that, baby. No weird noises. Everything's spinning around. Woo. So I'll turn this off and then we'll paint that. Sweet, so now those belts are done. Stoked, so that's another thing ticked off the list. When I first got the car, I also did spark plugs, new air filter, and just some oil and a filter, obviously. You know, like, I know this is only a cheap shitty car, I paid $900 for it, but I'd rather just do those things that cost, you know, fuck all money right now, and keep it going, because I mean it's $900 car, and it saves me driving the Sylvia everywhere. So we'll get everything back where it's supposed to be. We'll paint that bit over there, and daily done. So I found this great extra primer. We're just going to use this because that's grey. I mean, it'll probably stand out like dog's balls, but at least it'll be covered, and the waft man should be happy. So just like that. I'm going to wipe that paint off that hose because it looks a bit hoary. But yeah, mint. So that's all for today's video. I hope you guys found that helpful. So drive belts, and then fixing the rust Cuzzy Custom style. But yeah, not working on the S15 this weekend, waiting for parts to come in. So I ordered a rock cover gasket, some AN fittings, and an oil catch can kit. So we'll probably paint the rock cover red in one video, do all the AN lines and get the oil catch can set up in another video, and then hopefully I would have saved enough money again to do a manifold and then some injectors. So you guys will see that in the next video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.